Greeting lecturers and hello everyone. We are from Group 4 and we have 5 members including Jannah, me, Monica, Narita, Pirun and Lenghoth. Today we will be looking at one of the technique that we will be using in our teaching, which is fill in the gap. And this is our table of content consisting of introduction to the technique, our procedure and analysis of the features, and the usage of the techniques and our demonstration. So we're going to teach past simple versus present perfect to the undergraduate program students. And so what is fill in the gap? Fill in the gap is one of the techniques for the student to practice what they have learned. And this technique is shown to be effective in checking whether the students understand the target grammar, which we will be focusing on or not, because it helps them to think about the forms and usage of the grammar while doing it. Moving on to the procedure, my teammate will be talking about it. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to this procedure of the technique. So as you have known that fill in the gap will be used as our main techniques in the practice stage for teaching grammar. So firstly, the teacher may divide students into pairs, and then the teacher will share the exercise handout with the students, and the handout consists of 3 sections, and each section include few sentences with some gap and also work so that the student can use the words to fill in the gap using the correct forms and usage that they have learned. But before doing that, the teacher may ask the student to read out the instructions in each exercises so that they have the ideas of what they will be doing. And then the teacher may explain briefly of those exercises and tell the students some point that they need to pay attention to. For example, when to add ed or when to add ied, or when to use have and when to use has. And after that, the students are given 10 minutes to do the exercises individually, and then they compare the answer with their partner. After the 10 minutes, the teacher may check the answer with the whole class by asking students to share their answer. And after that, while the students are giving the answer, the teacher may correct and give out the correct answer instantly if the student make any mistakes. And after checking the answer, the teacher may ask if the students have any questions. And the teacher may ask the student to recap what they have learned and thanks students for their cooperation and participation.
To the third point, the 7 features of the technique, which will be presented by me, Narita. So the 7 features of the technique include objective, technique, data, guide, response, work arrangement, and time. As for the objective, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to demonstrate their understanding of the past simple and the present perfect by completing a grammar exercise point correctly. And the technique used here will be fill in the gap. And the data used here is our handout of the fill in the gap exercise that will be given out by the teacher. And as the teacher give out the handout, the teacher will also provide the instruction and explanation for the given exercise for the student as a guide. And the student are expected to respond by completing the form correctly and do pair correction with one another. And as for the work arrangement, the students are expected to work in pair and then they could share it as a class. And the students were given 10 minutes to work on this point.
So in this part, it's about the usage of the technique. The teacher teach grammar using fill in the gaps exercise for students. This helps students apply grammar form in each context and see how sentence structures are formed using past simple and present perfect. The gap filling information is a very common technique used in teaching grammars. It allows students to practice applying grammatical rules in each context as a way to reinforce their understanding of verb tense, article, prepositions, and other structures. The expected outcome is that these exercises provide immediate feedback on errors, making learning more effective. This encourages learners to choose the appropriate form based on the context enhancing their lexical knowledge, engaging in discussion and peer correction to improve their understanding. The teaching vocabularies and speaking is also included in teaching grammars. It helps to reinforce word meaning and usage, helping students to recall vocabularies more effectively. This technique trains students to look for key details and recognize what's formed in the task. That is all for our presentation. Next up is our teaching demonstration.
Okay guys, so we have learned about the forms and the use of both past simple and present perfect. So do you guys have any questions regarding to this? No? Okay, good. So to make sure that you guys understand about this grammar point, let us do some practice, okay? So I will share this handout with you guys. Thank you. You're welcome. Share it. Okay, so you all got your handout, right?
Yes.
Alright. Pedro, can you help us to read the first instructions of section A?
Okay, so part A, past simple. Instruction. Fill in the blanks using the verbs in parentheses using past simple.
Okay, good. So in the section A, you guys are asked to use the past simple to complete in the sentences here. But please pay attention to the word, okay? We need to add ed in past simple. Got it?
Yes.
Alright. So for section B, Monica, can you have us to read the second instruction?
Part B, present perfect instructions. Fill in the blanks with the verb and parentheses using present perfect.
Okay, good. So in this section, you use the present perfect. Okay. So when we use present perfect, pay close attention with the subject. If we use I, you, we, they, we use with have, right? If we use, if the subject is he, she, it, then the verb, the following verb is has. And the verb, don't forget to change from to the past participle, okay?
Yes.
Got it, right?
Yes.
Alright, so let's move to the section C. Anyone volunteer to read the instruction here? The point. Okay.
Part C, let's practice instruction. Choose the present tense, past simple or present perfect based on
Okay, good. So this section is a little bit challenging for you guys. So you have to think of what is the content here and which tense that is suitable to use in the sentences. Alright. Is there any question?
No.
No.
Okay, if there's no any question, you guys have 10 minutes to complete the task and then you can compare it with your partner. Okay, work with the one that close to you. After you're done, you can compare it with your partner, okay?
I didn't watch TV last night because I was busy. Okay. One number two.
I wrote she traveled to Japan in 2020.
Okay.
You for the present perfect.
But actually, the other one, there's no ed. We used it here. How many this one I had 2 years ago when the
Okay, class, so have you guys finished the
Yes.
exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, so since you only compare with your friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let us compare it together. Nelly, can you share us your answer in the section A?
In section A,
Yes.
number 1,
To number 5.
yes. So number 1, I didn't watch TV last night because I was busy. Number 2, I wrote she traveled to Japan in 2020. Number 3,
Travel. Travel. Can you spell the word travel?
travel, T-R-A-V-E-L-E-E.
Okay, so in this part, for travel, you guys can either only add ed or you add ed. Both are correct. Okay, for US, it's ed, but for UK, they add another l and ed.
Okay.
Alright.
the 10:20 yesterday. Number 5, we played basketball after school yesterday.
Can you spell play?
Play, P-L-A-Y-E-D.
Yes, correct. Okay, good job. So now let us move to part B. Anyone volunteer to share your answer to us?
Me.
Okay, good.
Okay, so for present perfect, first one, I have never seen such an exciting game before.
Has never
Have never seen.
seen, right?
Okay. Number 2, he has already finished his homework for today. And for number 3, they have not traveled abroad in their lives. 4, has she tried sushi before? And 5, we have visited the museum twice this year.
Okay, good job. Seems like you guys really clear about the form. Now let us move to the challenging part 1. And is anyone volunteer to share your answer? Okay, go ahead.
So, number 1, I met him 2 years ago at the conference. Number 2, she hasn't been to Paris 3 times this year.
Sorry, but for the second one, do you use past simple or present perfect?
I use present perfect
Why?
because the action is not finished yet.
Yeah, correct. Okay, go ahead.
Number 3, have they seen the new movie yet? No.
Have they seen?
Have.
Have they seen? Can you repeat? Yes, have they seen?
And number 4, we didn't go to the concert last weekend because of the rain. And the last one is, have you read this book before or is it your first time?
Yes, okay. Those are correct. Wow, good job guys. Seems like you guys really clear about the forms and the use of both past simple and present perfect. Is there any questions regarding to this grammar point? No? So, can Moni give us some recap about what you have learned in this?
Okay, so today we have learned about the grammar tense, about past simple versus present perfect. For the past simple, we use it when the action has already finished in the past. And for present perfect, we use it to identify the time that it hasn't finished in the past but still present in the future.
Yeah, you are right. So the action that has not completed in the past and still continue to the present. So thank you guys for your cooperations.